Okay, everybody, I'm back because I have something I want to talk to you about. And, you can give me your opinion, and this is going to piss people off, okay? And that's not my motive. It's just, you watch a lot of the news, and then you see these shows and programs, and you read about stuff. Abraham, okay? Abraham, Moses, and Joshua. Who were they? What would they be doing now? What I'm saying is this. Abraham was the first really general, and he was the first commando. Back in Abraham's time, at the beginning of time, when they went to war, the armies would meet on the plains during the day. They'd have their fight. They'd break for lunch. Then they'd have their fight. Then they'd break for the night, camp, tend to their wounded. Next morning, meet again, boom, boom. Abraham's the first one to attack at night. Okay, but what I'm getting at is he took his people and in the name of his religion, his God, killed a lot of people. Out and out killed them, just massacred them. Moses, during the Exodus, Moses had, the Bible says in Numbers, I believe it is, there was 603,550 men armed for war. That's not counting the families, relations, the hangers-on, the Egyptians that went with them when they went on the Exodus. They were over 1 million, 2 million strong, wandering the desert, wiping out anything in their path, obliterating it, because they weren't of the same faith. They didn't follow the same faith. Joshua in Jericho. Now, Joshua was told to put every man, woman, and child, every living, breathing animal, everything within the walls of Jericho to the sword. Kill them all. For his beliefs. They weren't the same people. They didn't follow the same religion. They attacked him and wiped out it, except for the woman and her family that helped him breach the walls, because it wasn't horns. Because let me explain. At the time of Joshua, he had about, it says in Numbers, 601,700 and something thousand armed men for war. Jericho was a small city of about 10 acres, 3,000 people. Why would he need God's help to blow that wall down? In fact, the people of Jericho were terrified of the force that was outside. They had heard all about, for the last 40 years, all about Moses and the tribe that was wandering in the desert, just obliterating other cities, other towns, and now they were outside their walls. They were terrified. And every one of them was put to the sword. And this is what I'm saying. Who does that today? Who kills for their beliefs today? If you don't believe what they believe, they think you should die. Was Abraham, Joshua, and Moses the Al-Qaeda and ISIS of their times? And I know, the good book told them a book. Does that make it okay because somebody wrote in a book that God said they should do this? For that matter, but it doesn't matter how you justify the genocide that they inflicted. Moses, Abraham, and Joshua, the genocide some of it may have been called for because they're, trying to free themselves. But when they were wandering in the desert, the 40 years, no. You could justify it by the Bible all you want. But think about today's society and how we would react to a group doing that. In fact, we're doing that now with ISIS and Al-Qaeda. They're attacking people because of their beliefs, and it's right. And the civilizations of the world are coming together and saying, whoa, so what makes that, what they did, any different than what's going on now? There's no difference. We would still look at it the same way we look at it today. We would, if they were here now. That's all I'm saying. You can justify it any way you want, but in reality, we wouldn't condone that stuff today if that was going on over there, if that was Moses over there wiping out cities, countries. Hitler. And I'm not comparing them, I'm just saying. Just because it happened thousands of years ago doesn't make it okay, just because it said it in the Bible. And that's all I'm asking. Are they the Al-Qaeda and ISIS of their time? It's a legitimate question. Are we worshiping the same God? Because what, has God changed his mind from then to now? Because he doesn't do that now, apparently. Come down and tell somebody to wipe out unless he's telling ISIS. So are we worshiping the same God? And why would we read a book that tells us about a God that says wipe out this whole city, kids, everything? Wipe them out because they don't believe in me. Really? That's not the God I would follow. That's not the God that I feel. Seriously. That's what you're reading in that book. And that makes it okay because it's in the Bible. And some man wrote that God said it was okay to do this. So that made it okay back then, but not now, right? Believe me, I want those people brought to justice. But I'm just asking, if Moses, Joshua, and Abraham were alive today, whose side would they be on? Would we be fighting them? Because we're the unbelievers. We don't follow what they say. Would they be our enemies? Think about that. They killed anybody that didn't believe, or punished anybody that didn't believe in their religion, just like these maniacs are over there now. They were the same way. It hasn't changed. So would they be our enemies this day? That's all I'm asking. Because I don't understand it. Because I read the Bible and I read about the genocide that took place. And it's all supposed to be okay because it was written in the Bible that God said it was okay. But would God really condone that? So that's all I'm asking. Was Moses and Abraham and Joshua the Al-Qaeda and ISIS of their generation, of their time? It's something to think about. And I mean, don't get mad at. I mean, they're valid questions. Look at the history. And don't try to, cover it all over with the Bible because God says, because you don't even know if the Bible's accurate, who wrote it. Come on. You want to believe the Bible on this hand, but you don't want to take its word on this one. Because some people go, well, they want to quote the Bible, but then they don't really live by it. You're not supposed to take it word for word. Really? Then stop preaching it in my face. All I'm asking, because I got a lot more questions than that, believe me. But this one just came to me. So, I don't know, I'd welcome your input. I'm not trying to start a fight. I'm just asking, kind of, looks the same. Genocide. For the sake of a religion, a belief, a God. That's all. Thank you.